I think what happens sometimes is we give people resources to learn with, and we don't talk explicitly enough about how to use those resources. We hand a kid a textbook and we don't tell them how to read it. What should I be doing? Should I just sit and scan it? So I want to make a video kind of talking about that with these resources. There's a variety of things here, and one would be learning from a video. So I think I'll try to model what I would view as effective learning from a video. And so what I'm imagining is, let's pull up our studio here. So what I'm imagining is doing something like going side by side. And I'm going to have a new script open. And so what I'm imagining is going side by side and then playing the video. And I mean, you could skip around. It's the beauty of these videos. And this video is kind of bad because I use this data, which doesn't exist. I created it before the video as an example because I wanted to use a really, really simple data set. And so maybe that's kind of a bad thing. But there are different options of data sets that you can use. I'll use, you can type this, so empty cars is a data set that comes with it. And here's kind of a way, like let's just get the first 5 rows, 1 through 5 rows. It goes rows and then columns. And now I have this data set, empty car small, that I can play around with. So that's a very small data set. And so now I can literally follow this video and say, okay, what? I can do it with this. So theirs was called data, or mine was in the video. Now I can do row sums of data and of empty car small, which is data in this case. And I can look at the result and I can think about it. I can keep going. I can see, okay, they're going to do, okay, they say those things are equivalent. Let's see if I can type that and get that they're equivalent. So it's empty cars small. And then you hear in the video, but it's Command Shift M to make this pipe, to pipe it in, and then do row sums. Oh, and I couldn't find the function. Well, another oversight I'd made in the video is that before you do anything, remember we always have to load in this library Tidyverse. Always, always, always load in the library Tidyverse. And now if I do row sums empty car small, I ran this code, it showed up here. And then I'm also going to run line 9 and see that the same thing works. So I'm really advocating for kind of a side-by-side approach to watching videos, not just sitting and watching passively. That's okay too, but I think it's always going to be better if you kind of dive in and engage. So that would be videos. And then this is the thing that I'm most excited about is this article and then the exercise and then solutions. So I've just opened each of these in a new tab. Here's the article, and you can scroll through it. And I would suggest reading this, but again, we can go side by side, and I really advocate for that. Well, I need to get RStudio on the other side. And so we can zoom in here so I can see better. So I can copy and paste this code over here. And now if I run it, now I have hamsters and I can look at it. What's the first thing that they do? Okay, they just run hamsters. Then they do hamsters, arrange hamsters. And I can run and code over there. And I might say, okay, well, they arranged by hamsters. What happens if I arrange by gender instead? Okay, that's interesting. And I can kind of do this back and forth as I'm reading it, just really suggesting to be as active as possible as you're going through the content. And you can read through this and get an idea. And then you should also, another option is just to be using this as a reference for when you are doing the exercise. And so I'd opened this, which is the exercise, and it's all text. And the best way to do this is right click and do save as. This gets a little bit messy, but .rmd is what we want. So I'm going to delete this .text extension. And I'm going to save it to my desktop and say, yes, I want the RMD. I want this to be an R Markdown file so R knows what it is. And now if I go over to my desktop, I can find it. And here it is. I double clicked on it and here it is. And I can read through this and I can actually I can execute this and then scroll down, execute each line that's R, and I can do it interactively and I can see what's happening below. I'm just saying Command Enter with my cursor on that line. And then I have this example here. Sort the data by name from first to last in the alphabet. So we can actually do that as an exercise in here. I can do scores and then arrange, and then I want to do it by name. And so I can do that. I can check, is that from first to last in the alphabet? That looks great. So I'm kind of doing this exercise interactively. And then I pulled up the solutions, which was this solutions link. And I can scroll through this and find the exact spot and see if it's the exact same. So it's arranged, there was the example, and then question 1, indeed the answer was scores. Where did it go? Scores, arrange by alphabet. Wait, where's, let me just search this to see. Oh yeah, oh, is this is name alphabet, and then is that wrong? So I guess I'll have to fix that. That's wrong. It arranged by gender. This I'd kind of duplicate this, so I'll fix that and update it. But this is the right document, and so you can go back and forth between that. You can do the exercise, look at the solutions back and forth. It will always be better to try the exercise without looking at the solutions, but it's a good resource to say, oh, that's how they did it. So big thing, there's some small little hacks of how to have side-by-side screens and work with things, but the big thing is just to be doing stuff, no matter if you're watching a video, reading an article, whatever. And if you can do the exercises, you will be in a great spot.